Hello, everyone. Here we are, middle of February, at the end of lockdown 3.0, a very brief and short and sharp lockdown here in Melbourne, but it's hot again here. And I remember doing this video mid-January, and it was cold again. So very Melbourne, on point for Melbourne. 2021, the year of the recovery, or the recovery year. So what have we seen? 3 major vaccines rolled out across Europe, Asia, and North America already. Those vaccines, one of them rolled in here in the last this week, looking to be beginning rollout and inoculations happening here in this next week or so. We've seen in January, we saw a presidential inauguration. In January, we also saw a secondary presidential impeachment play out. From the COVID-19 perspective, as I've already touched on, January did see a spike in COVID numbers around the globe, and it was fully anticipated due to the Western holiday season. The vaccine rollout has been slower than first anticipated. Since the inauguration, I think we're up to US inoculations up to about 1 million, I believe, a day. No, 1 million a week. In Australia, restrictions have eased in Greater Western Sydney. We've had snap lockdowns in Brisbane, Perth, Adelaide, and now Melbourne for our first snap lockdown now, which we come out of this evening at midnight. January also saw Reddit group, the Reddit traders or retail investors taking on the short positions of some of the larger, or some hedge funds, I should say, Wall Street hedge funds specifically. Initially, there was triple-digit gains to be had by many mum and pop investors, and almost as predictably, there's been lots of people that have lost massive sums of money as well. So, like we typically say, if it's too good to be true, it generally is. Here in Australia, closer to home, coming up in the next quarter and this half, I suppose, the test for employment and the economy will be the JobKeeper stimulus is rolling off or lessening further. Jobs are coming back online. Victoria is going to take another hit after this last slowdown, and we will be slower to recover than the other states here in Australia because of our prolonged lockdowns that we endured. Anecdotally, there are instances, though, where people have been stood down or had part of their working week taken from them, but they've been working harder or more hours, so hopefully that rebalances. In the United States, obviously the stimulus is continuing to be rolled out. There's that continued political upheaval. The riot in Congress, Democrats now controlling the Senate, the House, and of course the executive branch. So, I mean, I don't know. I think they're as divided as they've ever been since I've half followed things over there, and certainly more so than it was when I lived there from 12 to 16. So how it plays out, I just don't know. I think that there's not going to be peace for some time. I think Donald Trump still continue to rule the Republican Party by proxy, not by Twitter but by other means, however that may be. And just sort of finally to round it off, where are we at? 3.5 minutes. So during the week, I was having a bit of a look at things, and last week I think it was, and noticed that Apple's market cap, give or take, and on any given day is around $3.3 trillion. So their individual market capitalisation is greater than the entire Australian share market, and this little minnow share market that we do have down here accounts for about, give or take, 2.9 to 3.1, 3.2% of global share market. So investing and managing money, particularly now, is very different, very obviously, than what it was 20 years ago. And we are always having conversations with many of you to raise your eyes and look broader, both not just from a seeking return perspective, but equally managing that risk. Australia has notoriously, on two fronts, when there has been significant market disruptions, two things happen to the Australian market. They fall more aggressively than what our US counterparts and often other markets, but our US counterparts fall, and then they are slower to recover. So, and very much there is huge overlap, huge correlation between our own market and US markets and other global markets. So that conversation continues with many of us. from a risk management perspective, look outward, not just at this tiny little slither of a financial market, a global financial market now that is open to investing and risk mitigation. I encourage all of us to look more broadly. That's it for now. I'll get this out to everyone. Any questions, give me a holler directly or call the office. See you, folks.